You know, not a day goes by that I don't remember where I come from, and I've come a long ways. The years have just went by so fast, it seems like a half-forgotten dream, but I'm here today. So thank you, everyone, and thanks to Nathan Ali and the greater area Fresno Chamber of Commerce for inviting me back to deliver the State of the City. Everyone here at the State of the City luncheon and those watching on CMAC, good afternoon. I'm glad they brought back the teleprompter from last year's event. I just hope they updated the speech, I promise. 18 months ago, you gave me the honor of serving as mayor, and I'm still humbled and honored to serve as the mayor of this city that made me who I am today. And look how far we've come in just the past year. We opened 2 police department report writing stations in districts 1 and 4, and opened a new Northwest Police district station at Marks and Shaw. We raised our credit rating from junk bond status to A+ rating that will save Fresno ratepayers and taxpayers $40 million over 22 years. And yes, it's okay to applaud anytime you want. We launched our new Q-Bus line, the bus rapid transit system that has already improved transit opportunities along Fresno's major corridors. The Fresno Airport has had a record number of passengers, and with starting this month to Chicago and next month to Morelia, I hope I said that right, Mexico. We've embraced the 21st century by developing new technology that will make our lives more efficient, more affordable. There's our new app, the Eye on Water mobile app, that allows customers to easily view, understand, manage their water usage, and pay their utility bills online. And our new customer service portal called FASTER. This is a mouthful. Fresno's accelerated application system to track electronic reviews. I got that right. Was launched last month, and it gives citizens and developers the ability to apply and track for building permits and entitlement plans online, saving them time and money. And we have Fresgo mobile app. This is a free service that gives our residents access to city government by allowing them to report issues in service 24 hours a day. It has reached 20,000 users, making it one of the most successful mobile apps in the country. 2 weeks ago, Fresgo received 52 reports of graffiti in the Cultural Arts District downtown. All of the graffiti was cleared up within 24 hours. This is technology at work. We've also secured our water future. Recharge Fresno, the largest infrastructure project in our history, just completed construction of the Southeast Surface Water Treatment Facility on time, on budget. You want to hear more about that in government. Thank you. And we finally opened Fulton Street to vehicle traffic after decades of debate and delay. And my staff said we'd be lucky to get 1,000 people at the grand opening, and we ended up with 3 times that amount, and over 12,000 by the time the party finished afterwards. Fulton Street is back. And behind me is a panorama of the corner of Fulton and Mariposa that day. If you search the faces in the crowd, you can see Elvis and Waldo somewhere back there. It was a great day and a perfect symbol of what we can accomplish when we work together. And this leads me to our city council members. Let me thank you for your partnership in governing the city of Fresno. And I believe my 8 years on the council has helped me as mayor to fully understand and appreciate the role of the legislative branch in our government. So would Council President Soria and the other council members here today please stand up? Thank you for your contributions to our city and your commitment to good government. Give them another big hand. And I was there for 8 years. Believe me, I understand what they go through. And it really has helped me a lot to understand both sides of it. But I want to single out 2 council members who have served our city with honor and dignity and will term out at the end of this year. Oliver Baines. You have made major contributions. Give him a hand. You have made major contributions to this city and have been a tireless and dedicated advocate for the residents of District 3. You have always put principle ahead of politics on council, and that's important to me. You co-authored the School Liaison Act that we're still trying to implement with me and supported my vision to reduce poverty in Fresno. You have championed causes that include moving the Darlene plant that restored a sense of justice and equity in our city, and that's something we can all be proud of. It's been my pleasure to be your colleague, and I will always treasure our friendship. And don't forget, Oliver, we can still trade recommendations on books to read and shows to watch on Netflix, even after you're gone. I gave you one last night. Clint Olivier is not here today, but Clint has also been a tireless advocate for the residents of District 7. He has championed the human trafficking issue and wrote the BUILD Act to make Fresno more business-friendly. He has co-authored legislation with me, including the Capital Management and Oversight Act, and has been a strong supporter of my agenda to bring economic prosperity to our city. I'm proud to call Clint my colleague, and I'm proud to call him my friend. And Clint has a great sense of humor, and I can say he's probably the funniest guy I've ever met at City Hall. And he does a great impression of Jimmy Stewart from The Wonderful Life. He's not here today, otherwise I'd call him up and do it. So I saved us 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I will dearly miss both Oliver and Clint at City Hall, and I wish them both the best in their future endeavors. Please then give another hand to Oliver and Clint, who's not here. I would also like to acknowledge our department directors and the more than 3,000 employees of the city of Fresno, from our first responders to our call center and everywhere in between. We have great people working for a great city. And the state of the city is stronger than ever because our vision is strong and sure. The legendary columnist Herb Caen once said, "A city is not gauged by its length and width, but by the broadness of its vision and the height of its dreams." And I can say with full conviction that our vision for Fresno, our dreams for a better tomorrow, are wide and long and high and deep. Since the day I took office as a mayor, my vision for Fresno has been economic prosperity across the city, improving public safety, improving the quality of life for all of our residents, and finally, this is the most difficult part, uniting our community. The cornerstone of my vision is economic development and job creation. Last year, I announced a plan, a 10-year plan to prosperity that would bring in ultimately 10,000 new jobs to Fresno by the year 2027. And I'm pleased today to report that thanks to 4,000 new jobs coming from Amazon, Ulta, and The Gap, we're nearly halfway there in only 18 months. And our financial outlook just keeps getting better. We came from a negative reserve and a city on the brink of bankruptcy to a $27 million reserve this year, building up to a $38 million reserve by 2023 or sooner. We have the only fully funded pension system in the state of California. And the May jobless report came out last Friday. Fresno has a 5% unemployment rate. This is the lowest rate in the past 50 years. That's to put some context to that, at the height of the recession, we were over 18%. 3 years ago, we were over 11%. We've come a long way to change the narrative on Fresno. A strong fiscal foundation is essential to running a successful city, and we're moving steadily in the right direction, Economic prosperity is showing up everywhere. Coming soon, we have a new 200-room, 4-star hotel next to the convention center. The Fresno Grizzlies have a new lease on their stadium, and thanks to an exciting new ownership group, a new lease on life. Third time's a charm. The current owners, that include Ray and Michael Baker and Jim Kufos, have the financial strength and the business experience to turn the franchise around. The new lease provides for both the city and the owners to contribute to a reserve fund to ensure that the stadium capital projects are done on a timely basis to always maintain the facility in top condition. And this fund is already being used this year to update the stadium. So I'm looking forward to a long-term, profitable partnership between the city and the new owners. General Manager Derek Franks is here. Derek, would you please stand up? Is he out there? Give him an applause. And he's done an outstanding job at his time in the Grizzlies. And you may not have heard that Fresno has a new soccer team, Viva Zoros. They are currently playing at Chachansey Park with thousands of fans attending games, but they're looking for a permanent site, hopefully downtown, so stay tuned. And General Manager Frank Yallop is here. Let's congratulate him and his football club for a great first season. Frank, would you stand up? If you haven't noticed, there's a World Cup going on too. Earlier this year, we celebrated the announcement that the State Center Community College District has moved its headquarters to the old Guarantee Savings building downtown and is bringing 160 new jobs to downtown. And not far away, the new West Fresno campus for Fresno City College is getting ready for construction and will focus on much-needed vocational training that will provide the workforce that will be vital to Fresno's future. On the other side of town, Clovis Community College, which is in Fresno, is offering a new short-term course in mechatronics, a first-of-its-kind course that will give students hands-on experience in the field of industrial automation. These schools have become an important partners with the city and offer hope to a new generation of students. Would our partners from the State Center Community College District please stand for a round of applause? Thank you so much for the partnership, and thanks for coming downtown. Despite recent improvements in our fiscal health, our city still has major fiscal challenges. These problems are generation and go back many years. Our economic base is insufficient, with 30% of our population in poverty and our per capita income at half the amount of similar-sized cities in California. We also have major infrastructure problems totaling over $1 billion. We cannot continue to kick the can down the road. These problems have defined Fresno's narrative, and they include generational poverty, high unemployment, and high crime. And I reject this narrative and will not be a caretaker administration. I will always, always set the bar high. Okay. But I have a three-part strategy to overcome these obstacles and achieve my vision. First, improve our business practices through our business-friendly Fresno 2 Explanation Point program to make Fresno the most business-friendly city in the state of California, and I realize the daunting challenge I'm facing, but I will not give up on it. Second, continue a budgeting and fiscal management policy of no new general fund debt by paying for city facilities on a cash basis or short-term investment pool loans with a target of dropping our general fund debt from $34 million per year to under $4 million per year in 15 years. And third, follow an aggressive path to build up our economic tax base to an expanding economy with an overall goal of generating revenues that'll pay for the necessary core services for our general fund. And a city cannot move forward when it has a strong foundation to build upon. And we know public safety is a fundamental building block for the safety of our residents. The safety of our residents not only impacts our ability to effectively run our city, but it also provides services as a foundation for everything else we do. A safe city is our #1 economic development tool in expanding local business and attracting new ones to Fresno. And during the past year, we have seen the results of the dedication to building a safer city. We've reduced violent crime and property crimes dramatically. And we're on a pace to have the fewest number of cars stolen in our city in over 30 years. At one time, we were the car capital theft of the United States. We've made a lot of progress. We're also cracking down on gang activity. In May, police arrested 37 members of a street gang responsible for a crime spree that included kidnapping, robbery, assault, home invasion, and rape. Thank you, Chief Dyer and the brave men and women of the Fresno Police Department. Give them a shout out. My administration is committed to continue the battle to fight drug abuse and gangs in Fresno. This coming year, we're planning to staff a police department drug task force to not only close down illegal marijuana dispensaries, but also shut down gangs, cartels, and neighborhood drug dealers that sell heroin, meth, opioids, and other toxic drugs to our children. This task force will also work to end the insidious exploitation of mostly young girls and women in our community through human trafficking tied directly to gangs and drugs. Fresno faces a human trafficking challenge that reaches every part of our city. We must have no tolerance for this type of exploitation. That is why, in the coming weeks, we will announce a human trafficking initiative to find the resources necessary to combat this horrible problem. My vision also includes improving the quality of life for everyone in Fresno. And people often see their city through the eyes of their neighborhood. And thankfully, people are taking charge. Last fall, we witnessed something unprecedented. More than 100 residents of Southwest Fresno, Chinatown, and downtown Fresno gathered over the course of 9 public meetings to select a package that will invest $70 million of cap-and-trade funding from the state of California through transformative climate communities. And this process was the most collaborative and transparent that the city of Fresno has ever attempted, and the near unanimous vote of 125 to 1 speaks to the diligence of the residents who spent countless hours identifying and analyzing projects that will ultimately transform our most vulnerable communities. Thank you. And thank you, HPs. You'll be heading that initiative up. The Transformative Climate Communities grant has been matched by another $85 million for a total of approximately $155 million that will be invested in Southwest Fresno, Chinatown, and downtown Fresno. We're in the process working with the state and our community partners to make sure that our community partners make the right investment wise and well. We're also making strides in the fight to end chronic and veterans homelessness. The most recent point-in-time count showed that while the number of homeless in Fresno dropped 23% from last year, Fresno County and Madera County saw significant increases in their homeless populations. We cannot hope to conquer this crisis by maintaining the status quo. We need bold ideas and the full cooperation of our community partners, and we need help. Thankfully, help is on the way. Earlier this year, I joined the Big 11, the mayors from the 11 largest cities in California, who gathered in Sacramento to lobby for money from the state's budget surplus to address homelessness. And last week, the governor and legislative leaders reached an unprecedented agreement, the Homeless Emergency Aid Program, which will provide $500 million to fund immediate solutions to get people off the streets. And this big news for Fresno, we'll get a big portion. This budget deal also includes $200 million for existing programs and resources for homeless youth and seniors. Speaking from my own experience, with a daughter who lived more than 2 years on the streets, homeless could reach anyone in any family. And we must deal with homelessness in a compassionate and consistent way. We need a collaborative approach to significantly reduce the number of homeless in our city and our county. And today, I'm pleased to announce a homeless initiative to form the Streets to Home Fresno County, co-chaired by Fresno County Supervisor Chair Sal Quintero and myself, that will include community partners engaged in providing services for the homeless in our community. And to help with the homeless initiative, nothing works unless the city and the county and our partners work together. And I can say, thanks to my friend Sal and all the supervisors, it's probably the best relationship we had in probably 30 or 40 years. Give the supervisors a big hand. And to help with the launch of this initiative, St. Agnes Medical Center and CEO Nancy Hollingsworth and the Edward and Jean Cashin Family Foundation have agreed to donate $100,000 to our efforts. Thanks to Nancy and Ed. Give them a hand too. Fresno is on the cusp of greatness. We have the right people in the right places at the right time. How do you achieve great things? It takes vision, commitment, collaboration, and perseverance. More than anything else, it takes people willing to say, we need to do it right instead of right now. You can hear the voices of optimism and see the bold plans laid out across our city, from a rapidly growing tech hub downtown to thousands of new jobs being created in our southern industrial area. Dreams indeed do come true, but there's a lot of hard work ahead. Remember, if you want something to make a difference, you have to work to make a difference. We need to look beyond statistics and remember, we work every day to change the lives of thousands of people in our community and offer them hope to realize their dreams of a better life. And to be successful, you must believe in yourself, and I believe in myself. You must also believe in our community partners, and I believe in our community partners. And most importantly, we must believe in Fresno, and our city must believe in itself. And so I ask you, do you believe in Fresno? Yes. One more time. Do you believe in Fresno? Yes. That sounds better. Thank you. Remember, no matter where we come from, we're all in this together. And if a poor boy from McKenzie Street can ascend to the city's highest elective office, then anything is possible. There's a long journey in front of us, but together we can reach my vision of citywide prosperity one step at a time. I can feel the pulse. This city in my heart belongs to this city and its people. This is my vision. This is my hope. This is my prayer. And finally, thank you for the privilege and honor to be the mayor of the great city of Fresno. May God bless you, and may God bless the city of Fresno. Thank you.